Right, Sunday morning, a little bit breezy, a little bit chilly. The sun is coming out of the clouds. But what to talk about in this video is irrigation, because I've been doing the YouTube channel for a couple of years now. Over the last couple of summers, we've had a really hot, dry summer last year, and the year before was cool, but again very dry. So regardless of temperatures, we seem to get really quite dry summers nowadays, and especially last year, it's just ridiculous. We didn't have rain for nearly 4 months solid over the summer period. So irrigation is just going to cut down watering, and in the past it's been a little bit easier for me. When I had my big koi pond, I used to just dip a watering can in there and do the borders in the evenings, and that's no problem, just top up the pond afterwards. But now I've closed the pond down, I want to basically set up an easy irrigation system, something that's not going to break the bank. I have got taps along this fence, and I have actually played with a really cheap irrigation system in the past, and you may see the little black tubing along the bottom of the fence there. It's tiny tubing, and you can't get enough pressure with that. What that does is, that's all right for a very small area, but as soon as you go any length, anything more than sort of 10-foot length on that, and you just lose the pressure. So a bit of a waste of time. It didn't really suit the purpose I wanted it for. It's probably okay if you just got a couple of pots or hanging baskets or in a greenhouse, it might be suitable, but for any sort of length of border, you need something that's gonna keep the pressure all the way along. So with that in mind, this border is, I always class it as a shade border. It gets sun in the morning, and after midday it's sort of in the shade. But there's a lot of plants in here that appreciate damper conditions, and I guess it's a fairly long border, from the summer house all the way along here, right down. And especially last year, this sort of tree fern and the big gunnerer behind really suffered. So that's going to benefit from just an easy turn on a tap, leave it on for half hour, turn it off. That's going to save me a lot of time in the evenings trying to water with watering cans or the hose. More efficient and more water sensitive, if you like, to the concerns of saving water. So with all that being said, let's have a look at the system we got. So this is an Amazon purchase. Basically, it came in this bag. So what we're looking at, this was £45, I believe, at the time of purchase. And I've been caught out before with Amazon. The prices do seem to change quite a bit. But I mean, basically we've got the really thin 1/4-inch irrigation tube, and that's the stuff that doesn't carry any pressure for any length. But we've got the 1/2 inch, which is the carrier, and then you've got the half inch is the carrier, and the 1/4 inch is just the offsets to individual plants, if you like. And you've got all your fittings and fixtures in here, and all your irrigation heads and whatnot. So let's pull them out and let's have a look. So we have got some of the old plumber's tape in there that's needed, and some tie wraps. So the fittings in here, let me just open this up. So what we've got is like a 4 dividing plug to the 1/2-inch tube, and so all the way along your 1/2-inch tube, and you can connect these and have 4 smaller tubes coming off that. So again, you're going to keep your pressure all the way along the length, and then just divide them out to individual plants or areas as needed. So we've got a fair bit of tubing here. So this is the narrow stuff, and this is the thicker 1/2-inch tube, which is I guess standard sort of width for your main sort of hose lines. And then we've got some different types of heads. So it says we've got some blue ones, we've got some red ones, and we've got some orange ones, and we've got all the dividers here. So we've got like a 3 split divider there, we've got some straight dividers, and some more 3 split there, and we've got some end caps. So that's basically everything in the bag. Obviously we've got the different hose heads. So I think the orange ones are the mist and nozzles, so you can maybe in a tree fern or something in the centre of that'd be quite nice just to mist the foliage as well. Or you can have it overhead, maybe in a greenhouse if you wanted to keep the humidity up. The red ones, dripper emitters, which is saying can do an area of about 6 foot, and again with the fan shaped emitters, they're saying 6 foot as well. And obviously you can adjust them just by twisting them to how far out you want the water to spray. So I mean, this is going to be, you know, this is not a review as such because I haven't set it up yet, but it's just a look at it, and this is saying this covers about 100 foot. So I don't know what the actual length of the 1/2-inch stuff is. It doesn't actually tell you the length of it, but I'm guessing this will probably do maybe about 20 foot by the looks of that. And by the time you've put your spaces in between it and branched out, that should cover the border that I want to do. And like I say, plenty of options with the different drip head emitters. So yeah, it's just a quick look at that. So again, I tried the real cheap ones. I mean, if you go on Amazon, there's hundreds on there, and most of them are the little tiny tubing, which is okay for a very small area, but if you want to do sort of a length of border, you just can't get the pressure with that narrow stuff, so you're going to need something a bit wider diameter. So that's my thoughts behind that. It's obviously got a sort of set up here how to do it if you want to go by that, or just, you know, obviously you can be dictated by where your plants are, which plants you want to water in that sort of scenario. But yeah, so I thought we'd just have a look at that. May well get that set up today, and yeah, see how that goes. So yeah, I mean, the beauty of that is, you know, in the evenings on a hot summer's day, or even in the mornings, you can just come out in the garden, turn the tap on, leave it on for 10-15 minutes, whatever, if you've got a deep water, half hour I guess, and yeah, that should cover cover all the plants you want it to. Obviously you've got your tap adapters in there as well. So yeah, I mean, it looks the part. Whether that'll live up to expectation, we'll see. But yeah, something I've been meaning to do for a while. Like I say, when I first sort of set up the border we looked at the beginning of the video, I had that real cheap irrigation system. I think that's only about £6, and that's literally just this tube and with a couple of really rubbishy sort of drip heads, which didn't really do much. Just sort of literally just dripped out water, and you'd have to leave it on all day really to give the ground a good water. So hopefully with this system we'll have better pressure with the wider gauge tubing, and yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So I'll set that up, and maybe another day we'll have a look at that in action and see how it performs. Right, let's leave it there. Thanks for watching.